is a deck that I've played a bunch in the past. Actually, this is when I played at the SCG Invitational 2 summers ago, so last summer, so 2017, I went to the Summer Invitational. It's the last Invitational I went to, and I actually played a non-Shadow version of Esper Goryos, and one of the issues that archetype always had was that it was a little bit too clunky, so adding some more efficient spells to the deck in the form of Death Shadow is an interesting angle of attack. Now, how exactly Obzedat along with Goryo's Vengeance is going to play out is something that'll be interesting to see if that ends up being awkward. That being said, I wouldn't be surprised if it's just one of those cases where, like, both of these cards are good, and even though they have a little bit of anti-synergy with each other, it's fine, because if you have one going and not the other, you're still just in a fine spot. So a couple of people have commented that no Thoughtseize seems weird. And I don't think that's strictly bad in this deck. So one of the things you have to realize is that we're not all in on the Death Shadow plan. So we have not only these copies of Jace, Vryn's Prodigy, but we also have copies of Collective Brutality and ways to kind of filter through those Death Shadows when they're not something that we're looking to be doing. So I think I'm interested to see. I think I can understand the aspect of wanting Inquisition as opposed to Thoughtseize, and I'm interested to see how it plays out. Well, I mean, most Shadow decks play a lot more than 4 discard spells. They play a mix because they can only register 4 Thoughtseize. Judges get upset when you register more than 4 of a card. It's weird. Something about following the rules or something or other. Stream Decker, yep. That's been an easy square today. I've missed Stream Decker a bunch. Yeah, I agree with that too. Another MTG player. That's something I've brought up a few times when we've been streaming it, when we've been playing in the past. I think if your deck has access to both Path to Exile and Fatal Push, I am a big fan of just playing 4 paths before you even touch Fatal Push. There are so many delve creatures and other large things in the format that Path to Exile is just, like, so powerful. All right. If I take their Terminate here, they probably don't have a lot of good answers to Obzedat, but at the same time, we're pretty far away from Obzedat. I think I just want to take their threats. I think I want to make sure they can't generate card advantage or stick a clock into play. Like, while I have this Path to Exile, by taking the Dark Confidant here, it allows me to save the Path to Exile for the next threat that they draw, which is nice. I'm also not guaranteed going to have white mana here, so that could also be an issue. Maybe. I mean, like, you don't have your opponent's deck list, the opponent's deck list in front of you any more than I do. Like, Jund is a tier 2 deck right now, and there really isn't a stock Jund list. I'm sure there are lots of Jund players that stay up at night, like, thinking about all the different removal spells they could be playing. They probably have, like, this Jund shrine in their room that they, like, light candles under before a tournament, and it, like, lights up which removal spells the shrine thinks are optimal. I can only imagine that's what it's like being a Jund player in 2018, at least. Are you spying on me? Look, I do. Look, being a straight black-green player is a lot easier. The selection of removal you have access to is much narrower. Blue-red tempo got bumped. But that being said, if this is a 90-minute league, I'm probably going to be able to get to 5 decks today. I was recently discussing Carnage Tyrant. I think Carnage Tyrant probably has the same issue Thrun does, which is that blue-white decks are playing Terminus, so it's just like none of those cards are good enough. The Drun Shrine has a piece of Reed Duke's hair that they pray to. Look, he registered Mardu Pyromancer at a recent tournament. So I don't know if the Jund player should be praying to read Duke anymore. We do have one pig in our deck, chap. We do have one pig. Deal. Come on, Goryo's Vengeance. Poppy needs Goryo's Vengeance, chat. Oh, man. I can't be too sad with more Lingering Souls, but Goryo's Vengeance there would have been the nuts. Does that mean I have to get a lock of Burkhart's hair for my Grixis control shrine? So, I assume they're ditching the Path to Exile here, right? They have Maelstrom Pulse, Terminate, and then one card I don't know. So they know they need to hold their Terminate. Look, I've got plenty of hair, chat. It's just not on my head, okay? So, I think I actually just take the Maelstrom Pulse here, right? Just like snag this Pulse, flashback Souls. This is weird. They knew my... Are they going to edict me here? I guess they might edict me and terminate, just like work their way through the tokens that way. Where are we at on shaving my head? I don't care what my head looks like as far as hair goes, but Christy really doesn't want me to shave my head. So as someone who is into not fighting with their significant other, my hair stays how it is. Sometimes people randomly ask for relationship advice. Here's unsolicited relationship advice. Don't fight over things you don't care about. It's the dumbest reason to fight. Only get into it over things you feel strongly on. You gotta work out with Christy. The subs, you can tag Curly Dactyl in Discord and ask her what her price is. That advice is nonsense. There's no way you can keep the championship belt if you don't keep in shape and fight over absolutely everything. God bless. Really punished for not firing off this Inquisition of Kozilek here. That was Culligan's command. Pick back up Dark Confidant for those that missed it. Oh, sweet. I get to take the Bob still. Ooh, that's really good. If your significant other plays Tron, remember that you choose your significant other. Fair's fair. You pick your friends. About fire spouts. I don't really think that solves any problems that we have. The blue-red Delver deck has so many removal spells in it that you really don't need a sweeper, because you just like 1-for-1 them. Will there be stretch goals for the SCG Con Fund once the original is met? Maybe? I don't know is the answer. I might, Maybe there could be a jester costume after the recent artwork that we had we had that could have happened for STG Con. Sure, Fire Spout is good. I'm not saying that Fire Spout is not good against humans and creature decks. What I'm saying is your deck is already good against creature decks. So like, why do we need to add more cards that are good against creature decks? Like, why? Like that's again, that's like, in my opinion, the incorrect way to approach deck building is like adding a bunch of cards that are like good in matchups that are already good in effectively. That's a bad way to approach it. The Scavenging Ooze might be the death of us, chat. I believe Mardu is ahead on average against Jund because you get to resolve Bedler Brothers and draw lots of cards. Lingering Souls is also pretty good against them. I'm pretty sure we played against Jund in my last Mardu Pyromancer League if you check on YouTube. You ever randomly injure yourself and be completely unable to recall in what manner you injured yourself? Like where is this injury from? What did I do? If they don't have another green source here, I just get to trade my Jace for this. So I just get to like down tick target path tags on, but suddenly we're at parity again. Wow, that was... Oh, they have a bolt. Sure. Okay, that makes sense. No blocks. I'm not quite dead to bolt here, but it's close. And crank this up to a 7/7. Which puts me up down to 4. Oh no, Twitch is having issues. Twitch died. Well, I'm still connected. Well, this is awkward. I guess those of you that are currently watching at home, so we've been Brutality here. This Death Shadow actually gets to be pretty large here, huh? It's 8/8 at the moment. With the minus from Jace. I'm actually gonna play this Lingering Souls, even though they get to eat the back half, I think. Wow, so they auto pass got them there. They didn't use this at the end of turn. And the concession deal. Huh. That's interesting. I definitely want this, I think. Like, Yeah, usually the traditional logic is like trim discard spells in this matchup. It's kind of just like a slugfest. So I think I'm going to bring in these as like pseudo removal. Bring in Stubborn Denial as well. Do I need to restart? Let's restart it. I'm going to restart my stream real quick here. See if that does it. Well, this is awkward. You've chatted play-by-play. Well, for those of you watching on YouTube, I'm going to keep playing Magic because we're still here. Seems okay. It's got a Doomblade, it's got a Cantrip, it's got an Obzedat. Again, just kind of subscribe to the school of thought of. Just really don't mulligan against decks full of discard spells. You like try and mulligan for a better hand and just die in a blaze. I'm just gonna Watery Grave and Thought Scour here. See what we potentially flip over. Can always Fatal Push this later. It's a Tassifish. That's a Jace. And we banned Goryo's Vengeance, Obzedat. I think I'm gonna go ahead and stick Jace here. See where we go from there. This is kind of bad against a Liliana of the Veil, but like most of our plays this turn are pretty bad against Liliana of the Veil. Yeah, unfortunate. He's dead, Jim. That's a pretty good one, yeah. So you have to go ahead and Goryo's Vengeance back, Obzedat. And for those again who are not familiar with how this deck works, Goryo's Vengeance and Obzedat is a combo because it allows us to stack the triggers at the end of turn so that Obzedat exiles himself, so he comes back permanently. So Goryo's Vengeance is basically a permanent reanimation for the Ghost Father. Are we back? We all survived! Yay! We did it. We did it. We did it. Hooray. So you want to stack these triggers at the end. So the Goryo's Vengeance trigger resolves second. So basically Ghost Dad exiles himself. Dad's going to punch the clock and go to work here. Y'all missed a really stimulating first few turns. Basically, Twitch has taken these moments away from you, and you'll never be able to get them back, except if you go watch them on my YouTube channel later. They'll all be on my YouTube channel. Hashtag self-shilling. We did win game one. We won game one. We played an 8-8 Death Shadow, and they conceded. Yeah, it looked like Twitch-wide had like a partial outage site-wide. Sorry, Poppy. Your employment's been terminated. So I'm going to go ahead and Field of Vryn this Raging Ravine here, and then play a 1/1 Death Shadow, I think. Hat Crab, we blame you personally. And very obviously it was explicitly your fault. So playing the Death Shadow out here is a touch awkward if we draw an untapped land next turn. Because that means we don't want to play Obzedat out. Hit me, baby. Hit me. Punish me. Yeah, punish me. Come on. No, Bloodbraid. Why you have to be so conservative, Bloodbraid? All right, let's see if they want to double up here. The old Chumparooski, huh? Yeah, that was a site-wide issue, Jordan. Was not limited to you. Don't pulse me. Don't pulse me. Don't pulse me. Dang it, Bobby. I explicitly asked you not to pulse me. I was very specific. Do you have a way to kill Tasigur? Doesn't look like it. I need more souls, man. Need more souls. Alright, so this is a Tasigur-shaped speed bump. The Detention Shrine dictated that today it was the pulse. Alright, Bobby, show me Bloodbraid. Dang it, Bob. Dang it. Guess who's back? Back again. Twitch is back. Tell a friend. Fetching to 6. Bold strategy. Let's see if it pays off for them. Turn 3, Karn liberated. You are both a monster and a gentleman and a scholar. Thank you for the brand new sub there. I appreciate that. Welcome. Well, ain't that a bag of poop? I assume we're gonna see shock this, get rid of my Obzedat. Yeah, Vengeance would be sweet. Did they rebuy? Was there a Goyf in there? They rebought Goyf, right? There's no way they rebought anything other than Goyf. I think Goyf's a 5/6 at this point, right? Yeah. Ooh. A piece of candy. A piece of candy. A piece of nummy candy. What an opportune time to play this card after you've played all of your ways to destroy artifacts, opponent. What a Zacharit, thank you for the brand new. Thanks for checking out Honey there. I appreciate it. Yeah, the gesture emote turned out really well. I'm really, really happy with the artwork that that Inkling did. Well, that was great. Anna Reese's, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month with that. Man, chat. This hand could be anything. Could be literally anything. Yeah, I believe that, Chris. It is at least 5 lands. You are not wrong. You are not incorrect. This hand is much better. We've got a Thought Scour and possibly a Goryo's Vengeance to flip back a pig if we find one. We've got turn 2 Tassifish. I don't really have anything funny to say about the number 19. I guess it makes me a prime target for mockery. Thank you. Thanks for re-upping for the 19th month in a row. That's so long. So many months. Okay. Bloodstained Mire into Steamvent's Visions. Could be Grixis Shadow, could be some kind of brew. Could be a blue-red deck playing an off-red fetch. And pass their Scalding turns. More likely to be Shadow. Although I guess the iterations of Shadow that were leveraging Faithless Looting weren't playing Visions on average. Is that claim fame? That is a claim fame. Yeah, the crash hit the viewer count hard. We're at almost 1,000 and now we're sad. Really a shame we didn't keep the other Goryos. Well, now I'd like to Inquisition here first, I think. Yeah, I'm like, now I'm sitting here with this Fatal Push in my hand while I'm going to be staring down a Tasigur. Again, I think not playing 4 Path to Exiles before the first Fatal Push is wrong. So, in my opening hand, this fetch land, I can't get blue-black with this. This needs to get a white source for me. So, because of that, I want to do that. Twitch is having some major issues, chat. I wouldn't be surprised if extensions are currently being affected. You can type !deck in chat to get a link to the Stream Decker website. I think you should just basically always be playing 4 Path first. I think giving them an extra land is pretty marginal in a lot of matchups, and there are a lot of delve threats among other things that you would prefer that they not have. I'm gonna actually delve the Griselbrand here. Am I? Yeah. Were you sad when chat went? Well, chat didn't. Y'all kept typing. You just stopped seeing me. I was still with you, or you were still with me. I was just no longer with you. Want to see tempo action? I don't know the answer to that question. Depends on how long this goes. If this league clips along, like if we're done with this league by, let's say, 2 o'clock, we'll probably grab cards and play the tempo deck. But if this league goes later than like 2 o'clock, we'll probably play tempo tomorrow. This is unfortunate because I know they have a fat stub. See if we can bait them on this. Did the quality of chat advice get worse when people couldn't see or not? No, it's about the same, really. Oh, yeah. Give it to me, baby. Yeah, it would. Yeah. God bless you, Path to Exile. Bye, Tassifish. Bye, friend. I am, in fact, back, Destruminator. Give him that fat, stubby D. Down to 6. Seaman Visions. We're 1-0 in this league. This is the second match. First match in the second match. First game in the second match. Are you dead yet? Yeah, could be. I was watching Caleb play last night, and his Death Shadow opponent had a basic mountain in their deck. Ensnaring Bridge out of the board of this deck is like fucking hot. It's really sweet. I like this card, the board of this deck. Like, just play good Magic cards, and that card is definitely pretty reasonable. Do I want Stub here? Yeah, and like, that's why Field of Ruin is such a well-designed card, right? Like, Field of Ruin actually rewards people for not being greedy in their mana base. It's not like Blood Moon, where you get people because they're unlucky. Do we think Stubby D is actually great? I guess they have pretty minimal ways to, like, kill... I don't know. What am I trimming? What's my cut for this? Ugh. I get tired a lot earlier, chat, when I wake up at 6 a.m. 6 a.m. is early. Trimming some of the reanimation plan. I don't know. Like, Obzedat's like our prime way to win from behind a bridge. Yeah, I'm gonna hit submit. Twitch is currently experiencing all sorts of issues, chat. I'm sure they have lots of monkeys deployed spraying fire extinguishers all over the place. It's probably getting Godless Shrine. It's my favorite of recent viewer submissions. Probably the 4-color Geist deck Blue-black Thing's also been really good too. Blue-black Thing and 4-color guys have both been great. Both been a lot of fun. All the deck lists you can find on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland. You click on the video, and the deck list is linked in the video description as well as pasted there. Yeah, Zengeist to Saint Trash. Do you exclusively do submitted decks? I pretty much exclusively do submitted decks these days. There's some consistency where people send me money and they say, go play your preferred iteration of this deck, but pretty much everything I do on this stream is viewer-centric. The viewers are the people who pay me to allow this to be a job get to decide what we do here. It seems only fair. Y'all are the reason I get to do this. Shouldn't you get to have primary say in what we do? I have the Shadow in my hand. I'm gonna fetch Shock here. Probably get Watery Grave. Hit the SCG Invitational goal. Will we have another week that's heavy blue-red tempo? Maybe. Dr. Phil, thank you for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Whatever I end up playing, we'll probably play a good bit of that. So closer to the Invitational, I'll probably take a day or two, or like the last league each day like we did, and play decks that I'm interested in playing at the event. But we won't stop doing donation decks altogether then. Correct, Anorak Gaming. So, unfortunately, if I gave tier 1 subs some amount of points to add to the queue when they subbed, I would just like have infinite inflation, because there's like almost 2,000 of you, and y'all are great, but I just don't want the queue to inflate that much. My articles get posted here every single week. Grixis Delver is one of the decks I'm considering. Basically, the aggressive Steam Vents decks are the decks that I'm going to be looking to test. So Grixis Delver is coming back up in the queue sometime soon. That felt really good when we played it last time. No need to provide a link. I think Mentor is largely too slow for Modern. I think there's too much removal that you need to play Mentor as a 4-drop, basically, and once you play it as a 4-drop, it's too slow. Do you mean you swapped out Dismember for Dreadbore? Because I already had one Dismember and I didn't have a Dreadbore. You've heard lots of people saying they think Grixis Delver is worth Death Shadow. What do I think about that? I think every time I've played Grixis Shadow in recent memory, it's felt really bad to me. The deck just does not feel threat dense enough. And Young Pyromancer solves a lot of problems that type of archetype tends to have, which is they struggle against go-wide decks. Adamane, thank you very much for the 16-month resub there. Thanks for sending your Bezo bucks this way again this month. Aim Bot Bows, thank you for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me employed, folks. Well, I appreciate that, Paula. I don't need to pay for that, Stub. I don't need to pay for that, Stub. The tier 3 sub's good value if you're someone that that plans to send me money to play decks on occasion anyways. For people that aren't familiar with my system, tier 3 subs are $24.99 a month, and you get to add a deck with 30 points to my queue every month when you renew that tier 3 sub. Or you can bump an existing deck in the queue by 40 points. So if you were planning to give me some amount of money more than $10 to play a deck anyways, the tier 3 sub's probably worth it for you. I know Magic players can appreciate a good value argument most of the time. We have them covered pretty well here. We just need to actually kill them, and hopefully the Lingering Souls is going to do that. Like, we have... The fact that we don't have a second white source might bite us here, but that's the second white source. So I'm going to go ahead and target Path to Exile here. I wish Jace could flash back the bridge, right? That would be hot. Wow, just gone. Okay, did they top anything with those visions? They topped one card with the visions. All right, so I think I'm gonna fetch shock here, and then Ghost Quarter or Field of Vryn them off of this Blood Crypt. I'm gonna start by looting here first and see where we get. I think I really need the discard spell at this point. You like the Shadow Angle added this deck to when you first started playing it. I like that the curve in this deck is more trim. High Speed Run, thanks for checking out, honey. I appreciate it. When I played this deck last time, we were working with Gift Sun given in it, which really added some clunk. Whoa, they had Thought Scoured their swamp. That's great. That's great. Just actual Stone Renew. Field of Vryn is so good. It's so good. These Jaces have been putting them to work too. Yeah, saw 3. We've had having more time to dedicate to this has allowed me to do a lot of great things. What's my opinion on Greentron? I think Greentron is great. I think that deck, if you enjoy playing that deck, I think it's a very reasonable choice. I think it has a lot of play against it. You've gotten a lot of really busted colorless cards in recent memory. So they can't even attack me here, right? They could, like, attack Jace, I guess. But if they attack me, I kill them on the backswing. Ooh, piece of candy. Oops, I did it again. I whipped Ghosted in. It killed my shadow, but it also killed my opponent. Opponent said good games, opponent. So again, the thing people have asked a couple of times now is the anti-synergy with Obzedat plus Death Shadow and Awkward. And while obviously there's some tension between these two cards, they're just two individually powerful things. They're just both, you know, they don't necessarily taste good together, but like you don't always have them both together, and they're both good separately. What is my view on Bluetron? In my experience, Bluetron is one of the many decks in Modern that's very reasonable against other control and kind of mid-range decks, but it really struggles against the decks that can get under it, and there are a lot of decks in Modern that are popular that can get under it. So, in general, I'm not a huge fan of Bluetron. It lacks, like, the Ugin O-Stone catch-up mechanic that Greentron has access to. What's a better food analogy? It's like pickles and cheesecake. Pickles probably aren't universally liked, but Death Shadow isn't universally liked either. So let's just roll. Let's roll with pickles and cheesecake. I think this Griselbrand up here is some nonsense, by the way. The only thing I don't really like about this deck is the Griselbrand. The Griselbrand should probably just be a 4th Obzedat. What's your strategy versus tempo with Landfall? Do you mean explicitly the blue-red tempo deck? Generally speaking, matches like that turn into Protect the Queen style games, D20 Bandit, where whoever has the last threat wins the game. Listen, I'll give you pickles are subjective, but, like, are you even human if you're gonna come in here and tell me you don't like cheesecake? Like, what is that? Thank you for the 9-month resub there. I appreciate that. Welcome back. What is cheesecake? Please tell me you're trolling. That's awesome on the stack. Yeah, I just try to, you know, be descriptive. I don't like any kind of cake. Cheesecake isn't, like, spongy like regular cake, though. That was funny. When Christy and I went to Hawaii for a little less than a week, there was a cheesecake factory not far from our hotel, and I think we ate there more than anywhere else. Cheesecake. Basically, if you have to ask the question, what is cheesecake? I am saddened for you and your loss for not knowing. Alright, so I'm not going to drain them, but I am going to spot check for a company or a Court of Calling here. I'm going to ditch a Field of Vryn, got plenty of lands. Next turn, we can fetch Jace Tasigur, just like really clean here. The Tasigur means the Jace is going to flip more slowly, but that's probably fine. I think I'm in the market for Merfolk Looter here at the moment. Is cheesecake a common dessert in America? It's like common-ish. Common-ish. If I go to SCG Con, can you get some cheesecake for us? Many of us need you to live our dreams. Listen, as far as, like, desserts go, when I travel, I am not shy about getting dessert. There is a reason why I am a vegetarian and still overweight. And it is definitely because of my love of desserts. Is cheesecake more American than apple pie? What is slow for the queue? Slow for the queue means that the requirements to add decks for the queue are temporarily increased, aka more expensive, while I work on reducing the size of the queue. So, if I didn't occasionally up the requirements to add stuff to the queue would just increase in size forever, and I don't want that to happen. So, in order to prevent that from happening, once every month or so, or every other month, once every other month or so, we slow it down and up the requirements. The Invitational is December 7th. I'm going to let the SCG Con Fun run until November 7th. I would like a month's notice if I'm going. Cheesecake is bad. I know someone asking for a timeout when I see it. Where's my poppy at? Where's my poppy? Sad. No poppy. How good do I think Goryo's as foretold is as a deck? It's less bad than it looks on paper, which sets the bar low because it looks really bad on paper. Can we get a YouTube video of Jeff's top 10 desserts? So we'll probably see Finks plus birds here and flip their thing back. I've been a vegetarian for almost a decade, over a decade. Yeah, 11 years. 11 years. Summer I was 16. If we get you to your donation goal, can you spend a stream eating an entire cheesecake? I mean, I definitely could. I shouldn't, but I could. Awkward. Puppy! Alright. Whip it good. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. That being said, the opponent is currently a Vizier away from going infinite. Have I tried any meat? Yeah, I usually try some chicken or a piece of steak once every year, every other year. Just to like make sure my tastes haven't changed. Basically, every time I try it, the texture is bad, and then I feel sick for a day or two after because my body's just not used to it. Greater germ. I have effectively done nothing. Why did I attack? That was a bad attack. I shouldn't have attacked with Obzedat. Because this thing comes back and doesn't get a counter on it. Do I like imitation meats? Some of like the meatless turkey, like tofu. A lot of tofu stuff's usually pretty reasonable for me. The texture is very different on those. Dad's gonna punch the clock and go to work here. Imitation crab's fine. I like imitation crab. I eat crab rangoon. I just eat foods that I like and I don't eat foods that I don't like. It's a good system. It's a good system, really. That is not a Vizier. That is, however, an Eternal Witness, which picks up Court of Calling here. So they will have infinite health next turn. Probably some kind of fish. So we got 2 shots to draw a Doomblade or a discard spell here. We confirmed this is Obzedat and not just Green White. We haven't, but usually Kitchen Finks means that they play at least one Vizier. Like, the opportunity cost of playing one Vizier is, like, really low. For instance, for moments like this. I can still win? No, I can't beat infinite health. I should have attacked with the spirits. I'm just not paying attention. I'm going to activate Tasigur here rather than... Oh, we're just dead, right? Because I know they have the thing. Jace alt, you can deck them. Stop it. That's not... They also get to scry to the ideal card in their deck every turn. This is probably a fine stub matchup. probably a Languish matchup. What do I want to trim here? All of our interaction seems pretty reasonable. Is Lingering Souls not good enough? I could see Lingering Souls not being good enough. I like get swept up by our Languish. It doesn't really block anything. Yeah. On the same wavelength. Yeah, Surgical could be okay. I don't know. I think I'd rather just, like, kill their supporting pieces than, like, try and Surgical them. We were around 1,000 for a while, aimboats, and then half of Twitch died. And when you're for the same reason I don't take breaks while I stream generally, you lose half or more of your viewers when you're gone for even 30 seconds, and Twitch was down for, like, you know, almost 2 minutes basically, which meant we lost a significant chunk and they just went to other channels or went and did something else. I mean, this hand is very good. Nah, no worries. I mean, unlike, and that's kind of one of the nice things about Magic. Unlike a lot of channels, like you know, like what I refer to as real video games, when I stream, when people who stream real video games, they make their bread and butter off of viewer numbers. My bread and butter here really isn't off of viewer numbers. The subscribers, the people that, like, directly support are what pay my bills. My ad revenue is, like, fairly small in comparison. So the primary export of Hooglandia is timeouts. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I would actually be really curious to see, like, what the subscriber rate is on Magic channels versus, like, other channels. Because I would not be surprised if, like, Magic has, like, a higher subscriber rate, especially for people like Caleb and I. Sweet. A land is great here. So I get to Inquisition plus put Ghost Dad back into play. Duskwatch for Devoted Druid. And take the Druid away here. It's a combo piece, obviously. Whip him on in. Turn three puppy. Yeah, I think so, Admirable. It's even just like Hearthstone. I think, like, other card games, Magic's probably even higher. Because, like, if you compare to, like some of the top Hearthstone streamers have a ton, right? But, like, their viewer numbers are also, like, 3 and 4 times like what we have here, if not more. They draw another 3-drop here. They chose to play Temple Garden tapped. Weird that they didn't just, like, play 2 Squatch. I guess they want to play around a sweeper effect. Makes sense, I suppose. Do I want to flip Jace? I don't think I do. I think I want to get one more loot out of him before I flip him. So if I wanted to flip Jace, I could play the Brutality pre-combat, but I don't really want to do that. This Death Shadow is not coming into play anytime soon, so let's just get rid of him. I guess they have a card I don't know. They could have a Path to Exile here, huh? If they have a Path, I feel a little bit bad about bidding the Death Shadow. No worry, Trucks. I always look to host people when I'm finishing up. Jeff doesn't have to watch his game all the time because of other people get more attached to him because he can answer questions. Yeah, definitely. And, like, Magic definitely has that value to it, right? Because Magic is a little bit of a slower game, it's easier for me to engage with the chat while I do what I do, which is definitely a huge boon. I feel like it's easier to get involved. Yeah, maybe holding the land there was right. I didn't think about Jace looting. It's probably correct. Spilt milk at this point. Let's grab our Godless Shrine. Ghost Dad doing his thing. In and out, in and out. It's pretty good. That's better. Yeah, you're not wrong, Nifty. And I definitely think like I know the bankroll the bankroll comment might be part of a joke, but like I honestly think that's part of it, right? Like Magic, we talk about it all the time. Magic's a luxury hobby. This game is not cheap to play. So like if you're playing Magic, especially like engaging with content like mine where you're focusing on like modern, like you probably have more spending money than the average person watching some of those other games that don't require you to have as much, right? I didn't attack for one because I didn't want them to trade their 2-1 for my guy. Junkie Buddha. Thank you for the 8-month resub there. I appreciate the 2/3 of a year. Welcome back. Oh, I shrunk it with Jace. Because I'm loose. Because I'm loose, chat. Loose as a goose. I didn't say you're rich. I said you are less broke than the average Fortnite player. It's an important difference. Are you loose in all the right places? I almost most certainly am. This is probably going to be a block plus put a token on here. Yeah, Obzedat does enable Revolt, which is sweet. I could have also fielded the township and then pushed the Finks. This is fine, though. I think I'm going to hold the Fatal Push for any kind of instant speed shenanigans. I'm going to let this happen, come back, and then I'm going to Jace Flashback Collective Brutality kill this. I'm going to target my Collective Brutality here. Yeah, I think we have this pretty locked up, which is good considering this is game 2 and we're down a game. Usually when Twitch has issues, it takes them a little while to sort them. I wouldn't be surprised if it was on and off for the next little bit. What you got over there, opponent? What you doing? Just a little. Are you in love with the Coco, opponent? If they hit like an Eternal Witness here, we could potentially be in trouble. That's annoying, but not the end of the world. they have Vizier in their hand. So I don't currently have Revolt. I'm going to go ahead and target Fatal Push here. I'm going to Fatal Push Devoted Druid. And then Obzedat's going to leave at end of turn here to trigger Revolt. I'd like to send him away. We'll Fatal Push this one. Oh, Jace already left. Sure, you're right. Get him with Ghost Stabs going on, Zesty Broasted. Thanks for the half a year. And welcome back. I appreciate that. Thanks for the 6 months of support there. They have Vizier as their last card. Yeah, Cocoon Witness are both very good for them here still. Fatal Push has 2 options when you cast it because Magic Online is programmed in a way that makes sense. Yeah, and now we'll field their Township and then play Jace. Oh, I have to fetch an island now. I wanted to fetch a swamp here. I should have tapped the 2 Godless Shrines so I could fetch a swamp with this. Now I'm obligated to get my island. Whoopsie. Death Shadow is just a generically powerful card that can win games on its own. So heading on into game 3 here, I believe, right? That was game 2. Yeah. Pretty happy with how we boarded, I think. I don't think I want these surgical extractions. I think I just want my Doom Blades in my discard. What card would you cut for Liliana the Veil? Why would you cut that card? We did mull to 5 that game. Our 5 was absurd, to be fair. It was Jace, Dad, Goryo's Vengeance, 2 lands. But you're right. We did go to 5. In. This could potentially be a turn 2, Dad. I think I'm supposed to Inquisition on one here. It's tough, though. Could go either way. Man, that's an annoying hand. I think I need to take Cleric because I've got double Goryos in my hand. Their deck's gonna draw some cards here, though, for sure. Mill 2 lands, draw a spell. Magic. They'll hit their 3rd land on time and play the Bugler and bury us, because that's how Magic goes. Stop calling your objective worse outcomes. Yep. I'm gonna concede if we miss this turn. Damn it. This is the worst kind of hit, because you're like, I'm just enough in this game that I can't justify conceding, but I'm probably gonna lose. Oh, am I supposed to just Brutality the Coco? Yeah, that's probably a better line. Oh, sweet. I'm gonna start by doing this. Land, please. Land, please. Oh, that's so bad for us. There's a Scavenging Ooze right here, chat. There's a Scavenging Ooze right there. Just once more for the people in the back, there's a Scavenging Ooze right there. I think I'm in the mood to drain them. There's a Scavenging Ooze right here. Oh, I could kill this and then flash it back. I think I need to take Collected Company here. I think taking Company is pretty important. I don't have a good way to get Obzedat in the graveyard now. Weird that they didn't need creatures at the end of turn. There's a Street Wraith and a Remorseful Cleric. There's nothing for Goryo's Vengeance to reanimate. They have Pontiff, Court of Calling in their hand. Oh, that's true. We can flash back Brutality. That's fair. I guess I want a Fatal Push first here because I would rather this not eat anything that I mill over. Yeah, that's probably a safe. Honestly, Draven, that might not even be a safe assumption. I feel like there's plenty of decks like Tron and Robots that just like don't care, that don't add up to a whole lot. It's like eating a bunch of my stuff here. Yeah, eating the Brutality is pretty good. Sure. Found another Fatal Push with that. Emblem, maybe. Pandasaurus, it's that time of month again. Soon I'll have the training sword. Keep up the great content. Thank you for the 5-month resub there. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Yep. We're gonna make it to blue-red tempo. Probably not. Probably not. This is only match 3. It's been a long one. So we've got 2 more after this. It's a decent rip. Yeah, this lack of land is killing us. What do I want here? I might actually flash back a Thought Scour. I'm actually just going to leave my graveyard stocked for the Thought Scours and other things for the Jaces. Just going to exile lands. We're not activating Tasigur this game, so it doesn't matter. Oh, you know what? Am I supposed to plus on the bird here? I'm probably supposed to plus on the bird since they have Exalted. Are we on the Jace build I'm playing? No, I don't think so. I think we're on the let's try and find a land plan and then eventually win the game. Yeah, the Thought Scours have been a little rough for sure. It's Devoted Druid. Okay. Okay. If we survive this turn, we'll probably be in an okay-ish spot, right? Like, I get to Jace push the Devoted Druid, and then I can path this Kitchen Finks, and then Tasigur kind of holds down the board for a hot second. That actually checks the Gavany Township, which is great. Yeah, we're kind of like crossing off their ways to win here, right? Honestly, this Jace might go like down, then get the other Jace out so we can loot Ghost Dad into the bin. And then get him into play with this other Goryo's Vengeance. Yeah, we are fighting our way back in here, for sure. I said I was going to concede if we missed our second land on turn 4, but we hit it. So, you know, here we are. So if they attack Kitchen Finks into Jace here, I can't block because Orzhov Pontiff would finish my Tasigur off. Sure. Yeah, he's dead. Yeah, I didn't want to scoop. The Thought Scours wanted me to scoop. Well, now I do this. And if I loot into a land, we get to put Obzedat into play. Untapped land. Tilt. Is that worth playing out? It's a 5/5. That's probably worth playing out, right? Like holds the fort down till Ghost Dad punches the clock. Yeah, Goryo's Vengeance has a lot of synergy in this deck. It's good with both Fringe Prodigy and Obzedat. So they have double Exalted, which lets Finks attack here, but that's fine, right? Like, I'm okay with this. I guess I should have Jaced on the Kitchen Finks here, right? That was a mistake not to. I mean, we don't have a Shadow in play. So, Ghost Dad punches the clock and goes to work. That is the type of card they need to get back in this game. What you got, Bugle Boy? That's kind of scary. I guess I flashback Fatal Push next turn, so that's fine. So I have to path this Kitchen Finks because it's haunted by the Orzhov Pontiff, which means if I block here, it's going to... Well, that's interesting. This is attacking Jace, right? No way this isn't attacking Jace. Let's cycle this to start. See what we get. Am I at a spot where I need to leave Dad at home? I might be at a spot where I need to leave Dad at home. Stub's a pretty good draw. I guess I just leave Dad at home. Because I can just Goryo's Vengeance him back otherwise. Yeah, that seems fine. I'm just going to go ahead and pass here. And leave Dad in play, I think. Yeah, no second blue does feel bad. I agree with that. Yeah, I just want to get set up a little bit better before we try and kill them. You are correct that they need to die at some point, but, like, we have, like, Languishes and stuff in our deck that we can draw to. Like a Languish at any point along with the 4th land is just, like, Stone Cold Lights Out, right? Do not need another one of those. Take a look at what's going on up here. Probably a land. Yep. I'm gonna scour myself here. Gives them a small window. JK. JK. To refresh 3 times before we let you cheer. Yeah, Twitch is having some issues this afternoon. God bless Lost Grave. Yeah, I probably want to play the Jace out at some point. Just so it's there. Do I want to start picking them apart here? I think I want to actually just Thought Scour myself. There's actually only 1 fetchable land in my deck left, so I'm going to go ahead and fetch that out before I do anything else. Yeah, the deck's performing very well. Because this can find Languish in the bin, and then Jace can flash it back too. Hadouken! Survey says, when people are asking about Languish versus Damnation, by the way, Oh no, I forgot. Rats, I forgot they were haunted. I forgot they were haunted. It was actually damnation. I forgot about the haunting. It's fine. It's fine. No big deal. No big deal. NBD. NBD, chat. So we're gonna Jace flashback Goryo's Vengeance. And then we're gonna Goryo's Vengeance back Jace. And then we're gonna Goryo's Vengeance back Obzedat. These little piggies are gonna go wee 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 all the way home. Brew and play a Worm Harvest deck. That's the Retrace card, right? That card's probably just not good enough for Modern. Ghost Dad is back with the Vengeance. Yep. They need Collected Company this turn, or they are very dead. Hey, what's going on, folks? Coming over from Jim Davis' stream. Hanging out playing some Modern this afternoon. Currently in match 3, game 3, with our Esper Goryo's Vengeance deck. We're currently 2-0 in this league, and this game's looking pretty okay for us. A couple more matches before we're done for the day. Hope you had a good stream today, Jim. Sweet. Sweet. Moto is crawling. We might restart here real quick. I should have restarted when 2.6 gigabytes of RAM. All right, well let's restart. Let's kick Magic Online real quick. Enjoy Lady Bloodbraid for half a second before we play the last 2 matches in this league. Yeah, I have, and every time we play, the conclusion is that it's bad. Every time we play it, the conclusion is that it's bad. This definitely qualifies as a feel smart deck. You are not wrong. Apparently, we were playing with an old version of Magic Online that entire time. Apparently, there's a new version of Magic Online. Can you explain what a memory leak is? So basically, RAM on the computer is what's called memory, and it's a resource that your computer uses to run applications. And a memory leak means that basically the application doesn't have garbage collection or something like that, where as it finishes using assets in the application, it doesn't free up the space in your computer's memory for new things to be taking that up. So the longer Magic Online runs, the more memory it takes up. And because Magic Online is what's called a 32-bit application, the more memory it takes up, the slower it tends to run. And eventually there's an upper limit that 32-bit applications can take up in terms of RAM before they just segfault and crash. I think it's close to 4 gigs though. I can't even imagine how slow Magic Online would be at close to 4 gigs. Nope, I don't think Chalice the Void is good in Modern. I think Chalice the Void's a really mediocre card. I think there's so many decks. Even this deck has a lot of 1s in it, and it still has plenty of other casting costs in the deck. I think unlike Legacy, where there's so many Xerox decks that are just tons of 1-mana spells, Modern has a wide enough spread of casting costs that Chalice is very lackluster. What's an analog to a memory leak in paper? Imagine you own a hotel and you're renting out rooms in your hotel, and when people get finished renting out a room, you never clean that room out and prepare it so another guest can rent that room. Eventually, you just run out of rooms to rent. And you go out of business because you have no rooms to rent because you're not reusing the ones that people are done with. Explain it like I'm 5 and he delivers. God bless. What does Xerox mean? Is the bot alive? We have a Xerox command. I need a 64-bit motel. What's going on, play who? Destroying and rebuilding your hotel every few hours is a viable business model. Only if you're run by Wizards of the Coast. It's cheaper to build a new building than it is to clean out the existing one. Seems pretty good. Yeah, right, 77? Is getting Hallowed Fountain? I think this has to get Hallowed Fountain since we have Basic Swamp as our second land. The same apply to 64-bit applications. Yeah, so 64-bit applications shouldn't have memory leaks, but they don't segfault, and they generally slow down less. It's still bad. You still don't want memory leaks in your 64-bit applications. But if when Magic Online starts running slowly on my computer, like my computer has 32 gigs of RAM in it, right? Like if I look at my computer now, it's funny when people ask me, well, is your computer slow? Is that why you're having an issue? Like my computer's only using 8.4 gigs of my 32 gigs of RAM right now. Unfortunately, our new hotel, while pretty, doesn't have all of the amenities the old one has. Fish again, huh? Well, I get just download more RAM. So, can I point out here that Obzedat would be better here than Griselbrand is at the moment? Right? Does anybody else, what do we think? Oh, I shouldn't have played that land out. I shouldn't have played that land out. I'm probably going to draw 7 here, which means I could get a black source and play Tasigur. Drawing 7 is sweet, okay? I'm not sure that drawing 7 here is correct for reference, but here we are, so let's lie down in our bed. Drawing cards does make me feel smart. You're not wrong. I think I'm bidding Street Wraith Godstad here. I don't think I can afford the health to cycle the Street Wraith. No, I don't do anything super low level. 77. Everything I maintain some C projects that I've inherited, but for the most part, I work in Python and occasionally Bash. I'm gonna path this. Griselbrand, best discard outlet, right? Oh! Griselbrand enables Death Shadow, chat. We should have drawn lower because then we could cast Death Shadow. I get it now. We were doing it all wrong. The Griselbrand's a Death Shadow enabler. Everybody was like, there's no synergy here. There's perfect synergy. We have Griselbrand and Death Shadow. Is this a Harbinger of the Bounce My Dork guy? And this is the Bounce My Dork guy. I'm going to be a little bit sad. Although I guess I can just recast it, so maybe I'm not that sad. This is a Bounce My Dork guy. Womp womp. I guess at this point, am I pathing them? Yeah, I think I'm just pathing a guy. I'm just going to like path a guy and then play a Tasigur here. And like, they didn't have a Lord last turn, right? I guess maybe they could have one still. they have a Lord here, we could be in a little bit of trouble because they're going to get to kill Jace. Although I do have backup Jace. They're probably still going to have plenty of things for me to... Probably still going to have plenty of things for me to Inquisition next turn, so I'll just get Tasigur down. I think Reanimate is too powerful to bring to Standard and Modern. Yeah, probably. I also just like, of all the things I would possibly want to have added to Modern, more degenerate things are not on the list. Wow, that's aggressive. They just left Jace alone. I guess they're just like winning this race here, huh? Man, we are dead. Alright, so I guess I do this. This. Plus on... Oh, they're not gonna block here, but I should have plussed on one of the Lord of Atlantis in case they did. Actually, I'm actually happy if they block those, so I guess that doesn't really matter. Dark Magi, thank you for the 13-month resub there. I appreciate that. Welcome back, and thank you for the continued support. We've gotten dumpstered by some fish today, chat. It's not been a good scene. Alright, so we got 2 shots at Doomblades here. Need Path to Exile or Fatal Push. Yeah, we can Flashback Scour as well. Also true. Yeah, if I draw Fatal Push here, I get to kill both of them, chat. So watch it. Hold on, folks. I'm gonna do it again. Wait for it. So I'm gonna keep this Jace. We're gonna Fatal Push this Master of Wave because this triggered Revolt. And then we're gonna down tick Jace, targeting the Fatal Push in our discard pile. So that way when they put in the other Master, we're gonna get to flash it back and kill that one too. And then we Hadouken them. Nice attack with all. Nice attack with all last turn. Remember when people were like down on our Death Shadows? And were like, yo dog, why you got Death Shadow in your deck? And I was like, well, the card kills people. Remember we were talking about this being a feel smart deck? Good lord, is this a feel smart deck? This is a feel smart deck, chat. Yes, it is. Alright, so Lingering Souls doesn't block here. Inquisition is probably a little medium. Even I feel smart. I don't think I want Fragmentize or Disenchant here. This is probably worse than an Inquisition. Is this the deck for STG Con? We got some time for that. Gained 5 IQ and lost 3 pounds since the start of this league. God bless. This deck's got some lines. I love the Ensnaring Bridges in the board. Really love the Ensnaring Bridges in the board. Relic of Progenitus. Upgraded to a tier 3. Thanks for keeping me entertained and being a generally a good dude. Thank you, Paula. I appreciate it. To submit a deck for tier 3 sub, it's just the same form as everything else. You just check that you're a tier 3 sub when it asks you. I appreciate that increased level of support. Cut Tasigur board in Stony. I actually kind of like that. Sure, let's do it. Do I want Lingering Souls if I'm planning to win from behind bridge? I might want to keep these souls if I'm planning to win from behind bridge. I'm going to trim the Street Wraiths. Probably can't afford to cut all of them. I'm going to go 2 and 2. I'm going to go 2 and 2. You win with Obzedat blinking in and out. I just said to myself, we need more souls, man. God bless. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Enjoy your stay. I apologize for nothing. Hey, look, a relic of Progenitus. Echoing Truth. I think I just take Relic, right? I think I just take Relic. I unfortunately don't have a Stony Silence at the moment. Honestly, definitely not, Chris. The fact that we don't have more than 2 bridges kind of makes me sad. Oh, you know what? I probably wanted this Delta to get Godless Shrine, so I probably should have shocked in the Hallowed Fountain here. Because now this has to get Watery Grave. Please spread me. Please spread me. Please spread me. Yes! Fist bump! Alright. God bless you, opponent. God bless you. Fixing my poopy land traps. Never been so excited to be spread in my life. Spread me so good, opponent. That was an aggressive statement about spreading. Listen, chat. Don't kink shame. Don't kink shame here, okay? So they've got Lord of Atlantis and Echoing Truth. Not sure Twitch allows aggressive spreading. We had Hat Crab Zombies Twitch staff. We can ask them. They can give us the official Twitch stance on spreading. I want double black next turn. And in order to have double black next turn, I need to fetch. I want to get Godless Shrines. That way I can flash back Inquisition plus play Goryo's Vengeance. Can't believe I've been subbed this long to Belching Staff. Will do Apprentice. Thank you for the absurd length of support there. That is a year and a half. Belching Staff will probably be happening on Monday then. Deprive. Okay. I think I want to take the Echoing Truth here though. I think it's Echoing Truth. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and put this into play tapped here, and then I'm gonna end step a Goryo's Vengeance. I think there's a pretty good chance my opponent's gonna counter a Goryo's Vengeance when I play it. So I would like to have them countered on their next turn cycle, forcing them to use their mana a little bit inefficiently. This is 9. So I probably would rather have Jace back to start, right? We're looking for a Languish. Honestly, maybe taking the Deprived, not taking the Deprived was wrong. All right, am I just dead here? Yeah, I need Languish or Bridge, right? So I get one redraw towards Bridge now. Off of this looting. And then even if I exile this one, I'm taking 6-10. Great, I don't have any lines here. I can ditch Lingering Souls. I can flash back Path to Exile, getting rid of one of their Island Walk guys, and then I can block the other one. Which gives us draws next turn. So this doesn't have Island Walk now. I could also Sphere. Yeah, that's true. Could Jace plus and Sphere. They're gonna draw a Lord and it doesn't matter. Yeah. Didn't matter. Alright, let's see the next one on the play. I would appreciate it if you would read the cards before you tell me I don't know what they do, because you clearly don't know what they do. Craft GG, thanks for re-upping for the second month in a row. I really appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Yeah, honestly, the more I play this deck, the more I just want like 3 or 4 bridges in the board. The card is stupid, and this deck can leverage it. If your deck can leverage Ensnaring Bridge, I feel like not leaning into that in Modern is probably wrong. I think this deck leverages Ensnaring Bridge really well. Do I play into Cube? Nope. I play Constructed on this channel. There are a ton of people that basically all they do is play Limited. I am not one of them. Bridge is really busted if you can use it. I agree with that. And this will be Watery Grave, Thought Scour. When are we going to get Nemo to replace this one? We're going to replace a few of the older ones when I get ideas, I think. I think we have a few that have kind of like aged out and are no longer relevant or funny. Alright, so we have a Goryo's. That's nice. We have another Jace in the bin. Oh, I guess I could have Goryo's back to Jace and then looted with it this turn. Maybe that was better. I'm actually just going to flash back Thought Scour here. This does end up with Jace dead here. It's unfortunate. Curtis Blackwell with the $10 donation. Looking forward to watching you lose in the quarterfinals of the Invitational. Please put this towards SCG Con. Hashtag professional quarterfinalist. Thank you. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Gets us over 20%. Close to it. Yes, this deck is using Goryo's fairly. So he dropped a Fatal Push into the bin, which is interesting. Do I want to just cash in Languish as a 2-for-1 here? Because Languish doesn't kill our large creatures. It often doesn't kill Death Shadow. It doesn't kill Obzedat. It doesn't kill Tasigur. I think I just like cash it in for sure. Because I can like flip Jace and get it back again later, right? Like this Languish isn't gone forever. Just want to like not die by mistake. If there's Orzhov Pontiff involved, things get a little hazy. These mutavaults are really annoying. Papa, can you hear me? Are you echoing truthing my Jace in response to him looting? Because if so, deal. Trickster doesn't do anything, right? Trickster he'd still flip over. Pretty sure that's how magic works. I think he still flips over, right? They're detailed in the post cam. Well, they're the same as last time. Tier 3 subs and $50. So we get to Fatal Push the Lord here. I'm dead to a Lord out of them either way. Alright, I'm not dead yet. Pretty close though. Yeah, just no outs. Alright, got one more. One more. Jace is at 2, chat. If Jace wasn't at 2, if Jace was at 3, that would have been a perfect draw. Because we would have gotten to Flashback Languish, then Flashback Lingering Souls. So like have a bunch of blockers up and like crack them for 12. And 2-turn clock them. Why am I still here? It was only supposed to be a month. Please time me out and set me free for a few minutes. Kurluski, thanks for keeping me employed for another month. I appreciate the quarter of a year. Oh! Yeah, we could have gotten a loot in there, right? Yeah, I totally missed that. Sorry. You're right. There was a Jace in the bin. I could have Goryo's the Jace and then looted. And then if we hit exactly Ensnaring Bridge, we would have been okay. Worth noting, too, that if our Languish that game had been Ensnaring Bridge, we probably would have won, right? That's why I said Ensnaring Bridge, not Languish. So we needed a Goryo's Vengeance, the Jace, and then loot with the Jace and hit Ensnaring Bridge. No, they had 2 Mutavaults and we were at 1, chat. So Flashback Languish wasn't good enough. They just like fire up 2 Mutavaults and kill us. The Inquisitions have been fine. You're not a dedicated Death Shadow deck, so like there's plenty of matches where you like don't want to hammer your own health total. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this. We got plenty of draws that make it pretty live. I'm gonna redraw here. I don't know. Instead of Instead of you asking me to, like, take a crap on a deck, why don't you, like, form your own coherent thoughts and tell me why you think it might be worse than those? Be constructive, be specific, engage in conversation. Don't just, like, tear down things other people have worked on without being constructive about it. Can a mod unban that person and just time them out? I didn't mean to permanently ban them. I clicked the wrong button. Just a friendly reminder to everybody, if you want to engage in the chat, you need to be constructive and specific. You need to contribute something. You don't just, like, crap on things that other people have worked on here. And, like, anybody who, like, tries to draw a comparison between this deck and Griselbrand just, like, has a very fundamental misunderstanding of, like, what the cards in these decks do. It's like comparing this deck to Griselbrand is as stupid as comparing every Ensnaring Bridge deck to Lantern Control. Like, should we ask, why would you play this deck over Lantern Control? Because there's Ensnaring Bridge decks because there's Ensnaring Bridges in the board? Or, no, is that silly because the decks are nothing the same even though they overlap one card? Burn sideboard. That's true. That's true. Burn also sideboards Ensnaring Bridge. And this deck sideboards Ensnaring Bridge, so basically this deck is burn. Draw's not panning out for us so far. Although I guess we just shrunk the Goyf, so that's nice. I think 3 Ceremonious Rejections is an absurd number. I think that matchup's probably good for us anyways, and 3 is too many, but you do you. I mean, I think from a competitive standpoint, like, trying to draw parallels of, like, what does this deck do versus something that's very similar to it is fair. But, like, saying this deck's like every other Goryo's Vengeance deck, or, like, this deck's the same as every other deck with Ensnaring Bridge, like, those are kind of absurd statements to me. What's going on, Captain Jack? Man, these little baby Tarmogoyfs here can't even attack through a shrunk down Tasigur. Oh, I guess they can, right? She minuses 2 power. So she can make this a 2/4 and they can attack it and they'll bounce 1. Would love to draw a Ghost Dad next turn so we can, like, Collective Brutality, escalate, and then smash in. We can also just, like, start activating Tasigur here to draw cards. This makes the Goyfs bigger, which is a little annoying. Maybe that wasn't such a good idea. Yeah, that was probably really bad, actually. Yeah. Oh god, they're 5/6s? Yeah, they are, aren't they? Yeah, I kept kind of a land-heavy hand. And that's one of the things that, like, Street Wraith does, too, is, like, Street Wraith definitely makes it harder to mulligan with decks like this. Because, like, you don't, like, actually know what's in your opening hand. Turbo Fog decks aren't good in Modern because there's too many decks in Modern that win through angles of attack that aren't attacking. Like, fogging things explicitly, isn't good enough to win in a lot of places. Yep, pretty much me, Matt. 100, basically 100% of the stream. Even when we're playing decks that I've built, it's because people have sent in money to say, hey, build this deck or play your iteration of this deck. This is what is successful. Donation decks are what allowed this to go from being a hobby to a job for me. So it seems silly to me not to lean into them. At this very moment in time, there's over 80 decks waiting to be played. There's a demand and I am here to fill it. Happy to be here filling it. No, I pretty much always have pants on. Especially considering the fact that, like, I stream sitting up and standing down, too. There's a link below the stream that has all my details for how my donation deck system works, me, Matt. Feel free to read through that. And to answer your question more generically, I'll basically play anything for the right amount of money. There are certain things that I reject for the base donation amount, but if you slide enough dollar bills my way, we'll play just about whatever you want. This is not looking good for us. Our tools this game are not lining up well. Griselbrand also looking rancid again. Just like if this was Obzedat, I'd be working towards casting him. But because it's not Obzedat, I'm not going to cast him anytime soon. I guess I get to kill this and take their... Abrupt Decay away. Tilt. Kinda. Like, I just don't really have any follow-up here. Obviously, drawing a spell would be nice at some point. Draw a Doomblade here, we could kind of be a parody. Feels bad, man. Yeah, so like if that Griselbrand had been an Obzedat here, we'd actually be in a pretty good spot, right? Like, we get to be casting an Obzedat next turn, and they'd be at 12. And the Shadow's, like, probably dead anyways. I've submitted a lot of crap to you, but I was putting together mono blue control last night, and it was so bad I just couldn't do it. Oh, Justin. God bless you. Yeah, the woodland cemeteries look really awkward for them. Not leaving up mana to Abrupt Decay here is, like, really bold. I guess I'm, like, just dead here, right? Almost. I can't even attack because then they just go eat to 4, eat to 5. I guess I'm not guaranteed dead if I attack them. Yeah, I'm gonna make them draw an untapped green or black source here. I mean, like, saying that we had a bad string of draws and there's nothing we could do to fix it is just like, that's a cop-out. Like, if you want to focus on the things that you could change, which again, looking at this game, I want to look at the fact that, like, this Griselbrand seems really suspect and bad, right? Like, if the Griselbrand had been an Obzedat here, I'd probably win this game, right? What other decks did we play today? We played a bunch of token decks. So if they have an untapped green source here, we are dead. And they do. And they didn't have the untapped green source last turn, so I think it was fine to kind of gamble there a little bit. That's a cop-out. Can't blame the deck for drawing a singleton. That's people too often, instead of working on and fixing and admitting that the thing that they like or that they've worked on has flaws, they're just like, oh, I got unlucky. And that's one of the things that's really easy to do in Magic, is Magic is a game where there's enough variance, and sometimes it can be hard to pick out, where you can, if you don't want the reason you lost a game of Magic to be your fault, there's always 800 other reasons you could look at in any given game of Magic other than, I made a mistake here. And sometimes the mistakes that you make happen before you even play the match. They happen when you register your deck list. As far as this goes, this deck was kind of sweet. The small details are that, again, I think playing the first Fatal Push before the 4th Path to Exile is really bad. I think this Griselbrand should be an Obzedat. I think these Ensnaring Bridges are awesome, and there should just be more of them in the sideboard. Honestly, it might even just be better than, like, these Languishes. I definitely would want to go to a, like, 3-1 split on here, I think, but I could honestly even see 4-0. Like, Ensnaring Bridge is just, like, such a messed up Magic card that I really would want to lean into it being good and leveraging it. So, if you're looking for something that's kind of sweet and modern, I think this might be an okay deck to take out for a spin. I think my last comment is probably, Stoneforge Mystic would make, just people. And my last comment would be these Field of Runes are probably a little bit greedy. Our deck only has 20 lands in it to begin with, and we have Jace Fringe Prodigy kind of loot through extra mana, so I think I might consider, like, replacing one or both Field of Runes with more colored sources, even if there was something like Creeping Tar Pit to, like, give you some range of utility, but I think I want more colored sources in my deck. It's already 2:30, and I got to be done by 3:30 at the absolute latest, so that's not guaranteed enough time to do another league, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap up for the day. Why do people play Languish? Well, this deck, it's for a very simple reason. We have 5 toughness creatures, so Languish isn't a full sweeper because it doesn't kill our creatures. And the matches you're bringing Languish in, a lot of times it's going to be a one-sided Wrath. I like the shadows were sweet. I actually really liked the shadows. They pulled the curve down in a really nice way. They stole us games that we wouldn't have stolen without them. And when they weren't good, we kind of have ways to loot through them. No, I don't think you want to be more controlling. Again, like, I don't know how many times I have to say it on stream. Modern is not a format about being a control deck. Modern is a format about tempo and resource efficiency. And this card is very resource efficient at what it does. I was very happy with these throughout the rest of the day. That's going to be it for me. Remember, if you're looking for more Hoagland action, I'm going to hit publish on all the videos from today on my YouTube channel. If you missed the Abzan tokens deck, the Abzan's token deck today was awesome. I wouldn't be surprised if we play that one at some point again in the future because it was really, really sweet. Yeah, I liked a lot of what you did. They did, Bill. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm going to find someone else streaming Modern to host really quick, and then we'll be on our way.